Hello again. Welcome to Independent Investor. We're glad to be here with you again. My name is Kirk
Ambrose Omodio.
Great. We have three very pressing issues to discuss today. One borders on the feud, maybe that's a very strong word, the disagreements between the office of the acting president and that of the legislature. Now, it has gotten so serious that economic watchers are wondering what impact this will have on our economy. And then we'll go to the market. This is the earnings season. What impact will that have on investment, your portfolios? Will you need to rebalance? And then the oil market is having a real tough time with OPEC not matching up to the shale producers. Oil prices are falling. How will that impact our oil-rich and oil-dependent economy? It all starts first with what's happening between the executive and the legislature. Ambrose, what do you say to this? How is this likely to affect the fortunes of our economy, given that we are struggling to come out of a recession?
I would start that it's very unfortunate that at this point that both the world and the Nigerians are happy that the economy is coming out of recession. Thus, we are not out of it already, but at the point that we're coming out, we're seeing the first quarter GDP of negative 0.52, lower than even the figure that ushered us to this recession, shows you that we are really coming out. But at this point that the executive administration is having issue, it tells you that if care is not taken or if not resolved on time, it will send a wrong signal to the especially foreign investor and Nigerians that are already sitting on the fence, that let's watch and see how the delayed budget will be implemented. All this at this point, I think the executive and the judge should, just for the interest of Nigeria, keep their guns on the ground and let's forge ahead. What needs to be corrected should be corrected amicably without raising alarm, because if anything goes beyond this point, I'm telling you, the recovery so far we have recorded overnight, we might lose it, because the CBN has really sustained the economy. And I still tell you on this one that the economy is standing on one leg because it's monetary policy driven economy. We have not seen the physical impact as we speak. Like I told my followers on the forum this Wednesday that if by now there's no physical budget that is running on the economy, and we're already in July, it tells you that all we are seeing, the inflation coming down, you are seeing and also seeing positive economic data, shows that the monetary aspect have played their part to a level which they needed the physical to come in to balance and hasten the recovery. But instead of them coming out, we are seeing another drama between the executive and the legislature. That tells you that they need to sit up, because we Nigerians are not fool. We know what we expect from them. If they fail, nobody will look the way of CBN and say because CBN has really demonstrated commitment to all their promise that we want to make sure that the foreign market exchange remain robust, and that is the window that attracts both foreign and local investors. Our market in month of May and June was high as a result of CBN able to sustain this thing for a good 6 months, and people now saying that these people are serious. And that why we are not included in the Standard Morgan index is just because they said they want to still watch the CBN between now and November to see if they can sustain it. And we know that if that is achieved and we are included, we saw when China was included in that index, till now China stocks are still looking up. That means foreign investors have more confidence that this emerging market has potential for us to come and invest. That's why I think the federal government or the fiscal aspect should not throw towards the benefit, because many Nigerians are a bit coming out of this. We are now coming out gradually. It's a general issue. When you are having a low production, it will affect it. But when production is improving, employment will be created, service will be rendered, and goods will be available, and people have access to, because more jobs created, they have access to fund or income to buy. On that, they say all those stocks that are on the shelf, all those items that were on the shelf for many manufacturing companies can be picked from the shelf. They still have money to produce, they have money to import, they see money from CBN. This keeps the economy running. But when this political unrest start coming up, and as we are seeing it, to send the wrong signal to both the local investor and that means at this point the two parties should sit down and settle amicably before more interpretation is given to their body language as we speak now.
Quite insightful, and it is beginning to look like a double whammy of sorts when you figure in the oil price misalignment.
As you just said, the oil price is that even the budget was benchmarked at $45 the projection for 2017, and dollar is moving around that range, which means we are still, for now, we are still at equilibrium. The war budget that you can see that, and the good thing that the Niger Delta, it beats, let me say, relatively peace has also sustained the output of this oil, so that we're having a lot. But now that both the Niger Delta, Boko Haram, them are now drinking, beating their drum for war, I think federal government should see it, because after we have promised the Niger Delta that this is what we are going to do, are you fulfilling your promise? Because this is what both international investors, our investors are looking at. Your promise, are you keeping it? Because if these guys should come to Greek again and start disturbing, everybody start crying, because that is, for now, that is the livelihood of Nigeria. We are going to agriculture. Agriculture are not started giving us enough. Yes, we want to expand yam. It's a good idea, but for now, our major source of revenue as a country still remains the crude oil. That means we need to pally this Niger Delta, let the agreement reach, let the government play their part, because these guys, if they decide to shift sword for a while now, and we'll see the impact on the economy and the production of crude oil in the region, it tells you that if peace is reigning in this economy, things will improve. That I think federal government should also look at their own implementation strategy. I said it earlier in 2017, around January, that until this set of government change their implementation style, both in budget and action, they might be going around. But when they change it, you will see that they will make progress in a short time. And they should go back and revisit their promises and try and put things together and make these guys come down again, so that we enjoy the peace we have experienced so far. But for implementation of the budget, is a more that they need to go back, because after saying that you have in 2016 that you have spent 1 trillion in the capital expansion or project, and these have not impacted on Nigeria, you need to sit down. You said before we are the first government to spend 1 trillion in capital budget, which is good. We are all happy, but where are those budgets? Where are those projects? What are the impact of this project on the economy as we speak now? I think that's why they need to change their style of implementation. To invest or to spend 1 trillion, we should see it manifesting. How many new jobs has federal government created? If you look at statistics that were released in US last week, just for the month of June alone, US created 220,000 new jobs. This figure they show you in Nigeria. Can our Minister of Information or Minister of Budget prove that in a month or in a year this budget were created? I think we are giving money here. No, that is not. We need to be concrete in what we are giving, because data guide a lot of decisions when we are taking. But these figures will guide you what to do or not. It is time for them to tell us this is what budget they have created so far from January till June. They created 500 jobs. Not saying that they're going to employ 500 teachers. Yes, we don't know how many are present. You are saying, say 200,000, 2 million fill the form. That's not well. How many Nigerians have been employed as teachers from January to date? When you have all these statistics, it will guide both analysts, investors, even the government to plan well and make more future projection that will guide them. But as we speak in Nigeria, everything is going around. Until they change the implementation, I think we're going nowhere. The good thing is that this little progress we've seen in the economy has reflected in the earnings season, as my colleague have told you that earnings season is already an earnings season. This is the month of July. You know that in every year we have 4 quarters, and just like as you send your child to school, at the end of every term your child come back with what? With a report card. That report card tells you that how your daughter or your son have performed for the period of 3 months. So it is for the listed companies. It is one of their post-listing requirement that every 3 months you show the investors or the public how you have performed for that period, for them to assess whether we are making progress or not. Now we're expecting second quarter results from the listed companies, which to us will know if they've done well for this last quarter. We're already in third quarter. For them, then as an investor, when you see a trend, an uptrend in their earnings, it gives you an insight what will be expected at the end of the year. But for now, if the economy improvement we've seen from January to date has impacted in their first quarter, now we're expecting that it will also reflect on the second quarter. But from what we are hearing now, if this body language of between the legislature and the executive is not at this point settled, I think it will send the wrong signal for the third quarter. You know that third quarter is always the most important quarter for investors all over the world, because it gives you an insight what is expected at the end of the year from the company. After we have seen their half year, you see their third quarter. But if the third quarter, as what we are seeing now, affect the third quarter results, it's going to take us back again from where we're coming. I think for the interest of Nigerians and for the economy recovery process, I think the two parties, especially, I'll tell you that in any economy, you can't separate government from the economy because government has the power, the economy has the power. But we know that when there's no economy, there's no government. You know that. That means they need to sit down and know and settle their issue amicably.
But do you really think the third quarter is going to see much improvement compared to the second quarter?
Yeah, if we sustain the trend of recovery we have recorded so far, I said if this political, or people who are just sharing the remote between the two legislative arms of government, if it's not settled on time, to send the wrong signal, and even those foreigners that are coming in will have to sit on the fence and watch, and also it will affect CBN to confident to do more, and also if now that the crude oil price also is also going up and down. The good thing that the CBN government have promised that despite the fluctuation in oil price, and they continue to sustain their intervention, which is good, and also the intervention is giving them way to also help us to introduce what's the exchange rate. If that is achieved, that would be the best the CBN governor have done in his tenure.
Great. So I see two dynamics playing out going forward in the third quarter. One, demand will be a bit stronger.
Yes.
And two, availability of dollars for manufacturers to bring in their inputs to move the economy forward. Well, it's been nice talking with you again, as usual.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the insights.
Thank you for having me.
You've heard it all. So we're taking it away from here.
Don't forget that we're having a training on Saturday here.
Good.
And also, it's part of our responsibility as in invest data that will teach Nigerians how to invest wisely. The era of foreign bandwagon has gone. And also, I always tell you that if you are investing and you're making profit, your profit is running pari passu with your capital in the same market, you are at risk. Because if the market turn against you, both your capital and your profit will go at once. That is what happened in 2007, 2008. Many investors, they were all having paper profit. After they invested 1 million, that 1 million got to 3 million. They're writing it down, they have 4 million, 3 million in Nigeria stock market, in USC, in this one. But when market turned down, both the 3 million you have and your capital was affected. That means this is the time you should know what is my target, that if I make such profit, you should leave the market and let my capital remain. I want to show you all the strategy in the training. And also the simple mathematics of investing will also be unveiled in that training. You need to be there. And how to buy, combining technical analysis and fundamental analysis is also going to be discussed. You need to be there because after the training, I know that your investment and your portfolio.
To be there. Where?
At the Austria Hall and Hotel on the 15th of July. That's where we have the title of the program is a comprehensive short-term trading strategy for traders and investors. Comprehensive short-term trading strategy for investors and traders. You need to be there.
All right. So we'll see you again next time.
Thank you.
Take care. Goodbye.